All right, good afternoon. Once again, this is your servant King Charles. Today we are here to discuss the reasons why Ghanaian football is moving backwards. Why is it that we started so well in the 60s, but we are not progressing now? There are some reasons that is affecting how we manage football in this country, that is affecting our progress. Why Ghanaian football is moving backwards? There are many factors or reasons that is affecting the progress of Ghana football today, but few are listed below. First of all, conflict of interest. Conflict of interest is destroying Ghanaian football because the GFA president owns a football team as well as the executive members of the GFA, and they give invitations to their football team players who are not good enough to represent the nation. They do that because when they represent the nation and their players do well in tournaments, they sell them to the European clubs. This is where they get their money. So they are there doing their own business instead of the growth of the nation. If you don't change the law before you can become an FA president, you need to own a team, you need to own a club, an executive member, you need to own a club before you can contest for these positions. This is affecting the growth of Ghanaian football, because I'm not going to invite Kotoko players to the under 17 or to the under 20 for them to go there and do well, and Kotoko sell them at the end of the day and they'll get their money. Whilst I have my own team, nobody's gonna do that. So before we can move forward, we need to stop this kind of attitudes. It is not going to help us. So we urge the GFA to stop all these kind of things, else we will not move forward. So conflict of interest is affecting the progress of our national teams. They are just inviting their players to the under 17s, under 20s, and all other national teams, which is affecting us. Number two, lack of player development. It is very essential. It's a key moment in football administration. If you don't develop your players from the scratch, from the early stages, for them to know the pattern they'll be using during games, it will affect you. We don't develop them. Ghana will just wake up and invite somebody playing in Cyprus that he has scored 2 or 3 goals, so he should come and play for the under 17 or the Blasters. We don't do this anywhere. We need to develop them. We need to develop them. Lack of player development. The Ghana Football Association does not have any development plan for the nation. They just wake up and invite players into our various national teams. You know, during Uncle Ben Kofi's administration from 2001-2002, they initiated something. They introduced 5 years development plan, which helped Ghana to qualify to the 2006 World Cup in Germany, because Uncle Ben Kofi's administration groomed the players in a systematic development of football in the country in order to eliminate some problems militing against good results. Players like John Pinter, Matthew Amoa, Michael Essien, John Mensah, Derek Watten, Sami Ajayi were all part of the 5 years development plan. During those days when Ghana was playing, you see that this is Blasters. For Ghana, we don't play with strength. We don't use physique. We use intelligence. If you see Ghana playing, you see that this is Ghana. The Brazilians of African football. Now when Ghana is playing, you don't see the Ghanaians. Our way of playing has changed. We have a system we used to call agro ball. We start from the goalkeeper to the defense, from the defense to the midfield, to the attackers, and you score your goals. So before we can move forward, we need to know all these kind of things. Because what Uncle Ben Kofi's administration did in the 2000s helped Ghana to qualify for the 2006 World Cup. Because Michael Essien were a major part of that national team. He went to South Africa. He scored 2 goals against South Africa. And we were able to get the ticket to the 2006 World Cup. The Boatengs, I can't mention them. But these days, we are doing anything, anyhow. And before Ghana can move forward again in the world football or on African continent, because Ghana won 4 AFCONs before Egypt. Now they are having 7. Before Cameroon, they are now having 5. What is going on? What are we doing wrong? And others are progressing. Because naturally, Ghanaians are talented. We have to groom them from the under 17 to the under 20. We need to see the progressions. Like in 2009, how the players played the 2009 the 20 World Cup. These players, we progress them to the senior national soccer team. Samuel Inkum was part. Emmanuel Ajimambadu was part. Dede Ayew was part. Eliadi. Many players. Dominic Edia. We saw the progression and it helped the national team. And we are now mixing up things. You cannot just wake up and bring in an amateur coach like Coach Otuado. How we appoint our national team coaches. We appoint them because they are our friends, because we know them. He doesn't have the capacity to handle this pressure at the national level. Look at what he's doing. Tactically, he is poor. When he's facing Sudan, he's afraid. Sudan is not having a better or quality players than Ghana. But because our coach is tactically bankrupt, it is affecting the national team. So before we can move forward, we need to address these kind of issues before Ghana can move forward. If you want to build a house, you start from the foundation. Because the foundation carries the entire house. Whenever the foundation is weak, it will affect the house. Why am I saying this? All our focus is on the national team because when Ghana qualifies for the World Cup, the executive members will go to Qatar and take their $100,000. So that is where their interest is. Before Ghana can move forward, we need to groom the players from the scratch. We make sure that the local league has a sponsorship. We pay them better so that the players can stay here, develop before they can move to Europe. You see a player scoring 19, 20 goals, he'll go to Europe and he'll get mixing because the player is not mature enough to compete in Europe. Why do we do that? Why do you start from the roof instead of starting from the under 17s? Because they get money at the top there. We need to start from the down. We need to groom them from the under 17. You can't do that. Rome was not built in one day. If you want to win something, look at Senegal. They gave the team to their coach. They gave him 6-7 years. He built something and they won an AFCON beautifully. Now he's departing. Nobody is angry. Since 82, we've not won even Congo. Lack of vision, my people perish. The GFA is lacking a vision. That is affecting Ghana. The ability to see beyond your circumstances is the problem. Naturally, we are gifted. We don't have good facilities. We don't have good coaches in the country anymore, but we expect the players to do well. Is the coach or the manager who is going to develop the player to meet international standard. So I'll urge the FA and the sports ministry that they should develop our local league. They should develop the under 17s, the under 20s. We should give ourselves like 7 years and start doing something. Gradually, we will get there. Ghana needs to win an AFCON. Look at how we are struggling to qualify for a common AFCON. Apart from Egypt and Cameroon, Ghana has qualified the most AFCONs in Africa. So qualifying Ghana for an AFCON is not a news. It's not an achievement. But now we are struggling to qualify, not to even win the trophy. We are serial winners, but we are moving backwards. I've been saying that no one is loyal in Ghana and no one is patriotic, because we've been saying that God bless our homeland Ghana. God should bless our homeland Ghana, but we are in Ghana destroying our waters. We are in Ghana destroying our institutions. We are in Ghana and we are interested in bribery and corruption. How do we develop the nation? This kind of attitude is not helping everyone. We should stop it. We need to move forward. Football is the passion of the nation. So what we have to do is to make sure that we do the right thing, and Ghana will be at the top. When you come, this is King Charles. You subscribe to our YouTube channel. We are on Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, everywhere. Search King Charles Arena and you will see us.